Welcome. I'm Jessie, life and mindset coach, here to help you level up in your game of life. This podcast will deliver game-changing life advice, power play pep talks, and move-making energy. I'm all about life optimization through mindset growth and taking radical action. Welcome to my world. Let's play. Hello and welcome back to the Master Your Mindset podcast. I am here bringing to you another solo episode on another topic that I am extremely passionate about talking about. And that topic is why we shouldn't just rely on motivation to achieve our goals. Now, this is actually something that I see a lot of people using. This is the strategy that a lot of people tend to use to rely on achieving their goals. And I want to say, I'm not against motivation, and you'll understand why in this podcast episode. I'm going to talk about it. But we can't just rely on motivation. We need more to this strategy. This is why I'm here to talk about it. Okay, so honestly, if you're thinking about this right now, do you actually think that by using motivation, by using the strategy of, being motivated, you're actually going to achieve your goal? Just have a think about that right now. Because honestly, motivation doesn't last long. You need to keep seeking external things that are outside of you to bring you motivation, right? So if you need to seek that external motivation to help you keep plodding along towards achieving your goals, it's actually setting yourself up for failure. So what you are missing is that internal motivation, that internal drive, that hunger to actually want the goal that you are trying to achieve. So, for those people who are missing this, they're not actually understanding the feeling that they are seeking behind the outcome of the goal. That is what is going to create that internal drive and that extreme hunger to achieve this goal. So, yes, we call that internal motivation, but honestly, there's more to the strategy. It's not just motivation. Yes, sure, we definitely need to understand why we want this goal. I actually just got off a call with my client now, and I decided that this is a conversation that needs to be had because a lot of people just aren't getting it. So many people are operating at an autopilot level. So many people are settling for surface level. Surface level everything. They know what they want, they know what they're doing, they know this, they know that, but they don't know the why of any of it. So if they fail to understand the why, they are the type of people that are solely going to rely on external validation in order to achieve that goal, which is just not going to work. So, first, we need to understand the why. Why is it that we want to create that goal? Why is it that we want to achieve that goal? Why is it that we want to be consistent with those daily habits? Why is it that we want to eat healthy? And continue to self-inquire as to why. Because for as long as we operate on this surface level in life, we're actually just going to live a surface level life. Nothing's going to be deeper than that. We're not actually going to achieve much in life. We're just going to be literally living in autopilot and just living at a mediocre level. Like there is nothing more to it, right? So if you genuinely want to achieve your goal, you are going to know why you want to achieve that goal. What are you actually seeking from achieving that goal? What is the feeling that you are looking for? So that is going to create that internal motivation and the internal drive and hunger for you to actually want to take action to achieving the goal. The next thing is we need to move beyond that internal and external motivation. We actually need to take the data and the information from that internal motivation, from that internal drive, and we need to create a game plan of how we're actually going to achieve the goal. Because for as long as we continue to just rely on that motivation, we're actually going to come up with all of these excuses as to why we can't get it. And do you know what that is from? That's from a lack of planning. So once you know the information about why you want to achieve the goal and what exactly it is, then you can start to create a game plan of like, how am I actually going to get this, right? How am I actually going to achieve this goal? Okay, cool. Once you can create that game plan, then you can go on to actually executing it and actually achieving it. A lot of people get overwhelmed with the goal and just what that goal is, whether they stay on that surface level or they do understand what that goal is. Let's just say their goal, the time frame realistically for them to achieve that is in 1 year's time. So if we think about in 1 year time, how many days is that? 365 days. They're going to lose motivation if they're solely relying on that, right? You actually need to have something that you're working towards, and that comes with that game plan. That comes with the steps that you have created for yourself to take over the 365 days until that end time that you want to achieve that goal by, right? So it's not just motivation that we need to rely on, it's actually using that internal motivation to find the information as to how we are going to create the game plan. And inside that game plan is the actionable, tangible steps that we can take that is going to slowly help us move towards achieving that end goal with no overwhelm because we know exactly what we are doing. We know the exact direction that we are headed in, and we know everything. There is no questions left unanswered, right? So, my tip to you here is to actually utilize motivation. You can totally have motivation and have that be part of your strategy to achieve your goals, but you want to make sure that you are making it align with your game plan and your why. Personally, I wake up first thing every morning and I listen to a motivation morning success audio. Like that is what I do every single morning. And I use that external motivation to set my day up to be a winning day. So I can do that every single morning, but that's not going to carry out and that's not going to stay consistent throughout the day if I don't know why I want to achieve my goal. Because I can listen to that. It can be all good and well for the first hour of my day. I completely forget about that motivation because I realize now that I actually don't want that goal because I actually don't know the why of that goal. And it's actually not aligned. It's actually someone else's goal. It's not mine, right? So that's why when I know the depths of why I want that goal and I have that game plan, then that motivation audio that I've listened to in the morning is going to help carry me through my entire day so that I can continue taking action from the game plan that I've created for my goal and to achieve my goal because I know exactly why and I am hungry to achieve that exact goal. So, this was a short and sweet podcast episode, a bit of a pep talk for you, a bit of a realization, a bit of a, okay, aha moments. I need to now figure out like what my motivation is, what my why is, and how am I going to create a game plan to actually achieve my goals. And this is for my people that actually want to achieve their goals. Some people set goals for the sake of setting goals because everyone else sets goals, but they actually don't want to achieve that, right? So it's like I'm talking to those people who have that goal and want to achieve that goal this year. Don't solely rely on motivation. Utilize motivation, but add to your strategy by creating your game plan and understanding your why of that goal. We are always seeking a feeling, so understand exactly what that feeling is. That's all that I have for you today. Short and sweet, like I said. Let me know if you have any takeaways from this podcast episode. Let me know if there was like realizations or aha moments. I'd also love to hear what you are working on this year. Tell me your goals, tell me your habits. I would love for you to come over to me on Instagram and let me know all of the things. And I will speak to you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a 5-star rate and review because this helps this podcast get up in the algorithm so we can share the messages far and wide. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next week.